Today I got up sometime between, I think I got up at roughly either 9 in the morning or 11 in the morning. And within half an hour of me waking up for today, Mom made some coffee for me. Although, it's also possible I might have pulled an all-nighter, because I recall falling asleep shortly after Mom left for work. Within half an hour after she made me that coffee, I fell asleep. I woke up maybe somewhere between 2 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. And I ended up having the coffee hours later, around that time, in the mid-afternoon, shortly after I woke up. She had made it plain for me and left the cup by the coffee machine. I went downstairs, picked it up, and drank it in my room. As I started working on the new scenes for the new first raw video file for the 99 Dan Hamming episode. It's currently at 47 seconds. I spent a good amount of time today looking for what I deemed to be the right knocking sound effect to use for the African American of the trio. For his entrance into those scenes. And then I had it took me some time to determine what text-to-speech voice I used for the African American male of the trio, because I believe I had written that down somewhere, but that was at Dad's apartment unit. I picked this flavor of Hot Pockets a while back because that was the one with the most protein. Early on today, before I had that morning to afternoon sleep today. It involved finishing up that scene involving the depiction of milk being thrown away for being past its either expiration date or best by date, use by date. Whatever it's called. While talking about food waste, the Caucasian male of the trio refers to it as expiration date and gets interrupted by the other male of the trio knocking on a car window. It took a while for me to pick which knocking sound to use. It had to at least sound like it was knocking on glass. Otherwise, it would be like knocking on a door. And it had to sound sudden and last for a while in order to fit the situation. Mom got back from work teaching nursing at around 5:30 p.m. And it was around 6:30 p.m., I would say, that she made pad thai using a pad thai kit, shrimp, and something else that she got from Wegmans the other day, a while back. I think it was around that time that I finished the marine drawing of the styrofoam drawing of a marine as a commission. Initially, I wasn't really pleased with how I did the collar, but I managed to fix it so that it would look even. There's a tendency for at least some styrofoam drawing projects for me to not be satisfied with it in the beginning. But then as I continue to work on it and as I near the end, I ultimately do become satisfied with how it turns out just about every single time. Whatever problems arise, I ultimately manage to fix as I continue to work on it. At this point, I'm still in the planning phase of the marine, styrofoam drawing. In particular, I'm doing the uniform Marines wear at ceremonies outside of combat, since that's their most iconic uniform. In other words, the uniform that most distinguishes them from other branches of the U.S. military. Or at least, that's the way I see it. While Mom cooked the pad thai, I deshelled some peanuts that she got at Wegmans a while back. And put into a large bowl. That's like a real bowl made out of either ceramic or something like it. I put the peanuts I deshelled onto a paper plate, and then she diced the peanuts so that I could mix them into the pad thai along with some sriracha sauce. Yeah, all in all, it made for a pretty enjoyable pad thai dish. Nice and spicy, with the peanuts adding some nice crunch. And I had that with some milk. Just like right now. It was around that time that I started. Actually, I think it was around 4:15 p.m. that I started uploading my dinner I made for May 21st to YouTube. Though because it was a 58-minute video, it took about 6 or so hours in order to fully upload to YouTube. It was a 4 GB or gigabyte video file. There was a teriyaki salmon meal with roasted red peppers and mushrooms I could have had. Though it was the early to mid-afternoon by the time I woke up, around the time Mom was supposed to She said she would try to come home around 4 p.m. But she came home around 5:30 p.m. because she had a lot of things to do at work. Plus, I figured maybe she would want that teriyaki salmon meal more than me. Plus, in a way, looking forward to that pad thai meal that was upcoming at that time. It ended up being quite good. I liked the shrimp. At one point, she remarked that she should only get shrimp that's deveined and uncooked, since if it cooks with the food, it gives it flavor, and if it's already cooked, it's easy to overcook it and make it rubbery. That sort of thing. I keep forgetting that I have this settlement. She also, for the pad thai, used some of the zesty de abrol spice from those Man Crate spices that I got for Christmas a while back. Even though I ended up having seconds, and Mom had quite a bit of the pad thai too, we still ended up saving some for later on because she put extra noodles into the pad thai dish that she prepared. It'll be quite enjoyable.